show, Skids Podcast. I'm Shane Kopke. I am here with Tim Gage. I don't know why he plays whatever that is there. And Kevin McNichols.
Hi.
Who nobody asked to be here tonight. I don't know why he's here this time.
I don't know either.
So
It's like a gravitational pull. I get pulled here.
no,
I never make a conscious decision to be here.
you could have just stopped with "I never make a conscious decision."
Never make a conscious decision.
Yeah, that's been kind of a shitty week for me.
Yeah, man.
My dad died this week, which sucks, but
Sorry, man.
you know,
That's terrible.
thank you for that. That's bringing the Undertaker into this. It's really helpful. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean,
Oh, that's terrible, man. I'm sorry.
yeah, I'm thinking. So they won't do an autopsy apparently.
Why?
Don't know. I think because
there's no foul play considered.
yeah, that's the reasoning behind it, and
But
I mean his age and everything too. I
mean, you would think they do it just to learn
No,
the cause.
They're not
You
gonna
have to know
spend
for
money on
sure.
shit like that.
No,
dude.
we have to. We
Who's
have
gonna pay for it?
We do if we want to get an autopsy.
Yeah, that's
I
just it.
see,
They're not
I
gonna do
see.
it for free.
Well, I guess I didn't know how that stuff worked.
Well, here's the dumb thing. Even if the medical examiner doesn't come out, you still have to pay them for coming out, even though they never showed up.
It's documentation
dumb.
fees and shit like that.
I
to
know,
make
but
sure
it's the same.
person's dead.
It's the same price if they come out or not. It's fucking dumb.
It's a pretty cool gig if you can get it.
Yeah, where you just sleep and
Yep.
then okay,
I
they
got paid today.
They were fine.
Someone must have died.
Yeah. So I mean, we think that it was most likely a heart attack.
Yeah.
Based on how he was found and all that stuff.
Mhm.
You know, and it sucks that one of my nieces is the one that found him.
Oh,
So-
man.
And
How old is she?
I don't know,
She's young.
probably like 6.
Oh,
Jesus,
7,
dude.
maybe?
Oh my fucking
Oh, that's
God.
awful.
Yeah.
Let's get her into counseling quick, dude.
No, my mom's already said that she wants to make sure that my sister gets them
Yeah.
in there. Just look, hey, you're gonna have to go through some
You
stuff.
need to talk to
Yeah,
somebody about
yeah.
that for sure, dude. Because
How terrible.
Hey,
Man.
cheer the fuck up, Kevin. I'm the one that lost a father.
I'm just sorry.
Jesus
It's just
Christ.
you know.
What is he
it's
doing?
Terrible.
he's Kevin, dude.
I know.
He doesn't have his own emotions. He has reaction emotions. It's essentially like,
It is
this is how I'm
true.
supposed to feel about this right now.
Are you?
I was reading about that. I'm supposed to pretend like I'm sad. Oh, that's unfortunate.
You
Oh,
know
that
what?
sucks.
He's basically our version
damn
of Data from
psychotic.
fucking
Exactly. He's only got programmed responses.
Yeah.
When he's surprised, wow, that's crazy.
I mean, he's even more rudiment. He's more of a Teddy Ruxpin. You know, we just have to put a tape in him. Oh, this is a sad tape. Go ahead and be sad, Kevin.
Sad things happen today. When you're feeling blue.
It's
Yeah,
a
that's
dark
better
cloud
than
out.
fucking
Smile
Kevin for you, though.
upside down.
Well, I'm not going to now.
Yeah.
Jesus
probably not.
Christ, dude.
I probably just made everything worse.
Stop being a
didn't
cunt.
Yeah. What's going on with the
I? That's my job.
news, Kevin?
So we're just gonna go from that to the news.
I guess.
Okay.
Fuck Shane's dead dad.
Well,
I'm just kidding. That's
what the
terrible thing to
fuck?
say. I feel
Well-
really shitty about that now.
I mean, I can't wait till your parents die, and I can say way worse things.
Well,
A horrible person.
I guess moving on to the news.
We'll go back to that topic in a bit. It was bringing the whole room down.
Yeah. So
It's Kevin. He brought the room down.
Yeah, I
It's
guess
kind of
so.
amazing.
usually it's what I do.
Yeah, you're bad at this.
So
Have you
The
ever
news-
thought? Have you ever thought? Wait, have you ever thought of not podcasting? It might be in your future.
it's
No, I'm saying.
my
just-
mind.
No, he's like
I'm just
he's
saying.
crucial to this, dude. We can't do this.
it's
without
Well,
crossed
no,
my
he,
mind.
he is
Like,
kind of the butt of our
that's what
jokes.
I'm-
Yeah,
well,
that's true.
He's also the person that does literally everything for the fucking show.
He can still do that. We've told him that before.
Oh,
Kevin,
yeah,
you can
just
still
you
can
do all
still-
the stuff and then but
you
not
can
be
still
here in
edit,
this part.
upload, and then help us promote it, but not be on it.
If I'm gonna be the off-screen producer doing all that shit, I gotta get a paycheck.
You will if we ever make $1.
Yeah. Send
Yeah.
money, folks.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
You know, Shane's got some, death expenses he's got to take care of, so he needs money for that shit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's amazing how much they charge for a cardboard fucking
It's
box.
fucking ridiculous in general. The
Cardboard?
price of someone dying is fucking
Yeah,
stupid.
When you cremate somebody, they have to be in a cardboard box.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys are doing cremation.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know.
No, we were
'Cause I was just
burying
saying,
him in a
burying
cardboard
him
box.
In a cardboard box. I was
I
like,
mean,
holy Fuck.
That's an option, right? You got the property. Why not? Just dig a
That's
hole.
true.
Dude.
I think there's supposed to be a dead horse somewhere on the property,
Well,
too.
put him next to the horse. That'd be fantastic. That's not illegal in Washington. You can bury a person on your property.
Oh, I thought you
Oh,
were going to go
really?
with fucking horses.
No, you can
It's
do
like,
that
that's
too.
fucked up, dude. No, you
mean,
can't.
actually,
That
not
is
anymore.
illegal.
That's true.
in
Somebody
Washington.
ruined that for people.
We
Yeah.
brushed up on
Yeah,
that.
what a
one,
prick.
But
that
I'm
guy
just
was.
saying, you can bury a loved one on your own property and save a shit ton of money doing so. You've got a backhoe.
That would be a weird thing, though,
I think
to
your
have.
dad would be most appreciative
No,
of that.
he wanted cremation.
Well, he doesn't. He didn't have a
No,
say
I
in
get
this
it. I
anymore.
get it. At this point, he's not part of the voting committee.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand that.
Kind of why you make
I mean,
those,
you could
those-
just set a
say those things
bonfire out and do a
beforehand.
whole pyre for him.
Yeah.
If you want to go that
Viking funeral?
Yeah, why
but he was-
not?
he
It's your
was-
property.
You don't
He
have a
was
slave
German.
girl to kill.
He was German,
with-
so I think
to
we need
go
to be
with
more
them.
Bavarian.
That'd be interesting, though. I wonder what that'd be like if they can legally do that.
No,
You
is
can't-
my
You
guess.
can't set a
Yeah,
pyre in
'cause-
your yard. And
No, there's no
a funeral
chance.
pyre.
Well, with the
Because
Viking
burning
funeral,
a person is
Well,
there's got to be
yeah.
permits.
Well,
I'm sure.
also,
for that.
with the
You
Viking
need permits
funeral-
for fucking burning a tree.
Also, with the Viking funeral,
Shut up,
whenever
Kevin.
there was a Viking funeral, a slave girl had to be killed to go with him, with whoever died.
That's good that you're not going to add
Well,
anything.
It could be
to
that
this.
6-year-old
helpful.
cousin or whatever.
Wow.
I mean, that's not that hard.
Holy shit!
It's a niece.
Niece. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Jeez, man, she's only just started. Give her
Well,
a chance.
she's already been damaged. She just saw a dead body, dude. That's
gotta-
got to be rough.
Well, no,
no,
look,
she's tainted. Might as
The
well
only-
end it now.
the only
this is going bad.
you're-
This is going really
you're being
bad.
terrible, and
I
the
feel
only thing
terrible.
the only thing that I can add to that is she does have a twin.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, so you're split
And that's
50-50.
that's
You still
horrible,
get one.
Tim.
It's
Why would
just
you put
getting
that thought
progressively
in
worse
Aaron's
as we're
head?
covering this, and I'm feeling worse and worse about it. Oh my god!
I'm glad that you do, because I'm just going. I
That's
say things
awful.
and I say things for
That's
fun.
fucking awful.
I don't really think about
we
the
should, though,
consequences of
consider
saying
that.
things.
A funeral
So,
pyre illegal in
the
in
twin.
Washington.
It's I guarantee, yeah. Look that up. We'll see if that's
So
Talk
the
news, I'll
twins.
look
So
this up.
if you
no, we're
got
not
rid of
burning
one,
any
then
of the
you
kids.
could pretend like
dude.
the other one is
It's
the other
a terrible
one.
idea.
It's
Why
a
would you do
terrible
that?
idea. I don't know. You mentioned
Like she
the twin.
Freaky Friday'd her sister.
Yeah,
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, it worked in the movie.
First off, in the movie, it was mother and daughter.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
the same
true.
thing,
That's
dude.
True. That's true. I mean,
All right,
guess
real
we could-
quick.
yeah.
Ready?
Let's see.
In Washington State, while traditional cremation and burial are common, there are also options like natural organic reduction, also known as human composting,
Yeah,
Oh,
that's not the
fun.
same thing.
and alkaline hydrolysis, also known as water cremation.
Yeah, I
Funeral
don't think
pyres and cremations.
probably only on like Native American
Let's
land.
see. Open air cremation. While there are no regulations specifically for open air cremations
I'm
in Washington
surprised.
State, and it is not a permitted method of final disposition. Disposition?
Final Destination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disposition outside cemeteries. It's still.
So the pyre is a no-go.
Yeah, no pie.
Because even
I
though they
think
say
you
that there's
can.
no regulations, there's also no permit
There's
for
something
it.
about scattering at sea and scattering in general.
Well, yeah, but that's. I mean, who's going to stop you on that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
like you can
what
do.
about-
I just watched somebody that they did that with a friend.
Uh-huh.
They were skydiving friends, all of them, and they went. Like 3 of the friends held the bag that the remains were in,
Uh-huh.
and they, it was all pulverized bone at this point. And at some point they pulled a ripcord on that, and then the remains went, and that's apparently how their friend wanted to go.
I see.
Oh, skydiving?
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of those videos.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool thing to
Yeah,
do.
well, and they
So-
were all friends at Skydive, so it made sense.
Yeah.
So I have a question. So is it legal now if you don't cremate the person or pulverize the bone, all that kind of thing?
Well, that's what cremation is.
or whatever. Yeah, that.
Not
that.
whatever. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
That cremation.
It's not ashes, you dumb
so
shit.
cremation.
What are you,
any-
3?
cremation. Sometime. Well, I mean, no, I'm not 3.
Oh,
but anyway,
it's good that we have a mentally retarded producer.
So no, what I'm the question is, what if you don't? What if you don't cremate
Thank
them?
you. You finally brought it in.
What if you don't cremate them? Can you still scatter?
No.
Just chunks?
Yes.
Well,
Like
Are you-
chop
are
it, chop
you-
up, and
are you-
then scatter.
Are
and
you
go
saying
William
places?
Wallace
drawn
style?
quarter?
Yeah,
Drawn
drawn
quarter,
quarter. is
yeah,
what
why
that's
not?
called.
You're just quartering at that point. No, that's
Quartering,
not legal.
yeah. Do we know?
I'll look
Pretty
it
sure
up.
we look up and see if you can draw and quarter
It's,
someone.
concerning open air cremation, it's not illegal. It's not legal in the United States in general. So yeah, but you can find people that do provide a service legally.
Yeah. It says, though, in Washington State it's not permitted.
Yeah.
So my guess is no anywhere in Washington State. Now,
There
except
is
for
no legality against
Damn.
having a Viking funeral in the United States.
Yeah, but the funeral pyre is what they say that there's
Yeah.
no regulations. However, it's not permitted
okay.
Yeah,
either.
you're not allowed to do it, but you can still do a Viking burial.
Yeah,
okay,
which is
like
not,
on a boat, shoot
Yep.
a flaming arrow out there.
It looks like that's allowed.
Yeah,
Wow.
my
Hey,
dad
that's
was
kinda
never
cool.
into that stuff, so no.
But still, it's
Oh.
kind of cool idea.
No, my dad was into hunting, like outdoorsy stuff. I mean, before his knee got all fucked up.
Well, turn him into black powder, dude.
No, I've actually I was thinking about that as we were talking about the skydiving thing. I was like, well, why not? Because I've got his reloading stuff. I could reload some of the ashes and fire those. Maybe go on a hunt.
Take out
Oh,
an
and maybe
elk.
get
put
it-
him with some
Dude,
pyrite. Or
take
what else
out
that
an
stuff that
elk with
explodes
him.
when
No,
you shoot it?
No, that's not pyrite. But what the fuck? Now I can't remember what it's
I
called.
shouldn't have said pyrite.
No,
because that fucked me up, too.
that because it's something close enough
Yeah,
to that.
tannerite.
Tannerite. There we go.
Tannerite, yeah.
Throw him in with some
okay.
tannerite and blow him up.
No, I don't think he would like that.
No.
I think he would like more. I mean, if I took it.
21 gun salute.
No, if like I was saying, if I took it with one of his hunting rifles, went and got a fucking deer, with some of his ashes in there.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then eat the deer.
Yeah,
That would be awesome.
Crazy, dude.
that would be a little weird.
Serve the deer to his niece.
Oh,
Your niece.
Wow.
Jesus, you're just getting it worse and worse, man.
Let's keep going. Let's see how bad we can go. Let's see how fucking bad we can
Tim,
go.
for the guy that
Jeez
wanted to get
Louise.
off this subject, you're the one that seems to be bringing it back down
Oh
every
my
time.
God. I'm weird when it comes to death because I'm terrible. I can't handle
You're
death at
terrible.
all.
Well, you gotta also.
So I
under-
really have to I have to make light of it because I'm deathly afraid of it. and
Well, I'm also-
I am
I
not
think
good
most
with death
of
at
us
all.
have a
I'm
bit of a
somewhat
fear of death.
similar to it. Like I remember telling Jared about it, and he was like, "Dude, I don't know what to say about it." I was like, "Do you think I know what to say? I don't."
Yeah.
Nobody
I don't know what-
does on these
I
situations.
was like, "It doesn't matter what you say."
I
you
get
know.
awkward.
Well, and then he just
get
said,
really
"Look,
awkward.
if you need anything," I go, "I get that. That's probably the best you can say."
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you can really say anything, and nothing's gonna make me go, "Oh, you're right. Everything's better."
Right.
It's not
Yeah,
gonna
no,
happen.
of course
That's
not.
the thing. I fucked up one time when my ex's parents, they had 2 wiener dogs, and one of them died. And we went on a vacation.
And you put it in a bun.
Well, no, we went on vacation the next week, right? They had to put their dog down, and then they brought their second dog with them to this vacation home in Sun River.
And you
but
kicked
didn't-
it to death.
It didn't allow pets. So basically, when they brought him, I was like, "I'm sorry, your dog can't stay here. We'll just have to put this one down too."
That sounds like something I would have said.
Yeah, and I thought it'd be funny, but then it clicked. I'm like, "Wow, that was really fucked up to say to someone who just put their dog down."
Yeah.
And my ex was she gave me the worst dagger. She's like, "What the fuck were
Yeah.
you thinking?"
Believe me, I know the feeling because
Yeah.
I've definitely said things like that at the
Yeah.
time, and
I'm
then
very awkward when it comes to death. I don't handle it well at all. So
I mean, I think I probably handle it better than most people, but at the same time, it still sucks.
Yeah,
it's
of
not,
course. It's not gonna be
thing at
good.
all. Yeah, there's nothing beneficial about it
No.
at all, really.
Well,
To loved ones anyway.
Yeah,
To your
well,
enemies,
yeah.
they're like, "Fuck yeah."
And we went into the funeral home. They asked, if I wanted to go see the body, and I was like, I'd prefer to
It's not him.
I'd prefer to just remember him
Yep.
alive.
Yeah.
That's how I was with my
You know.
grandfather. Yeah.
That's how I felt with my grandparents and stuff
Yeah.
too. And my uncle when he died, because he was a weird dude, but he was cool. Like-
Touchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tend to be that
but
way.
not like it was almost creepy, but not creepy. You know what I mean? Like he was that guy that was like,
ass back
it was not that creepy.
Yes.
Yes.
But it was weird too the way that my uncle died. He was just driving to work and they just found him in a field. Like his truck had ran through the fence and
Oh,
fucking
wow.
everything.
Jesus.
Found out he had a heart attack on the way to work.
Yeah.
Oh, way to go.
Yeah, it was, I mean, weird way.
Could have taken some people with him.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was, I mean, I think it was off of 72nd, so it was like on a main fucking road where you're doing 50. And I don't think there was any brakes applied. And, so, I mean, that one was definitely a weird one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel the same way. I don't know what to say to someone.
Right.
I mean, how do you? Like,
I mean,
There's
for ways to
not
go,
much you can
peacefully in
say.
your sleep is a pretty way to go. Pretty
Yeah.
good
Oh,
way to go.
absolutely.
I will say
Absolutely.
that. But I wouldn't want. I don't know. Again, me going the wrong way with it, I better stop. So,
why?
news.
What were you gonna say?
I was
news.
gonna say, like, your dreams would fucking crazy dreams, dude. Could you imagine what kind of crazy dreams you would have before
Like
you
right
died?
before death?
Yeah, in your sleep.
Well, yeah, because they say that like if as you're dying, you see weird shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's because DMT gets dumped into your.
That's what I'm saying. And then
Yeah.
not to mention the amount that you're
But we
already
don't
in
know any of that
REM,
for sure.
so you can only
Well,
imagine what that
no,
would
they
go.
know that DMT
No, I understand
does,
that, but
we don't know.
we don't know any of it really for sure because how can you see what they see?
No,
Right.
you know what
I
I
saying?
agree. Yeah, we don't
We
know
haven't
what
gotten that
happens.
technology
You know.
yet, but
No.
we probably
No.
will eventually.
Maybe.
We won't because the
maybe not.
robots will kill us before we
Yeah,
get
that's,
there.
That's probably true.
Yeah, so we can only
Speaking
hope
of
for that.
robots that might kill
Well,
us,
so
that's not it.
Okay. Well, we were getting into news, but now I guess we'll go.
I was
to that.
trying to segue
Um,
when we had a good segue.
So
Yeah, I just kind of jumped the gun with the whole news thing.
Yeah.
Kevin. That
Yeah,
was
that's
my
fine,
bad.
that's fine.
That was my bad.
Well,
It's fine. We'll get to
fucked
news
up.
anyway.
Because realistically, he was bringing it down so much.
I was what was going fucking.
You were
foul.
you were saying fucked up things, and I appreciate that. I
Yeah.
do. Look,
Oh, you appreciate that? It's
I-
me that was bringing it down,
yes,
not
the
the,
guy,
fucked up
guy
shit.
over here going, man, that sucks. And I'm like, yeah, it does. Look, I'm going through this.
Yeah.
You're the one going, pouty. Anyway, bring the fucking
Okay.
Dark Factory
Get
up.
to it, Kevin.
So-
Jesus,
so
man.
What's
robots.
going on?
Lighten
robots.
things up here, because for fuck's sake, dude.
Apparently, we're wearing overalls tonight.
We don't need
What
that.
the fuck was that?
So
Oh no.
yes, China is now having fully automated factories that have no workers, no lights. They're calling them dark factories.
And then click to the right. It's going to be in the same spot every time. So this is the factory right here, without all the words and bullshit on it. So they're called dark factories because they run 24/7. They don't turn on the lights because that's just more electricity to
Sure.
waste.
That's not
Not
makes
ne- not
sense. Why
needed.
would you need lights?
Yeah.
Robots don't need that
The
shit.
robots don't care.
yeah.
And this is what they already have.
The
I can't remember how
automatons
many.
are fucking taking over, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
They actually have quite a few of these now already.
Well,
where
it
they
makes
have.
sense.
Well, and did you hear about the one that's here in the U.S.? So there's a company that makes robots. The one, like robots that walk and have arms and shit.
Yeah.
And those robots are actually making other robots that are exactly the same thing as themselves on an assembly
Okay.
line.
Okay, let's go ahead and stop that.
Yeah,
you don't
it-
need to be doing
I know.
that.
What movie opens with that?
On Earth.
yeah, that's
iRobot
done.
did that, I think.
iRobot, Terminator.
Terminator.
Terminator
I think
had
at
an
the very
assembly
end of
line.
Chappie, they had something like that where the robots were making robots.
Yeah.
The scariest one
yeah.
though is Terminator because Terminator had an assembly line of like T800s making other T800s.
Yeah. yeah.
And on top of it, doing security were other T600s.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So it's not good either way.
No.
I mean, it's not good for. Look,
goodbye humanity.
That's
Woo!
fantastic. I'm
it's
looking
not
forward to
good
it.
in the fact that we might be annihilated, and
Might
at,
be.
Look, at the very least, people lose fucking jobs. I mean,
Yeah,
that's at the very
good
least.
point. Yeah,
You
they
know?
took our
Yeah,
jobs.
so either way, it's bad.
You know
I mean,
what?
look, productivity goes up,
So fucking.
I already-
jobs go away.
Kevin, I already see how this is going to go. It's not going to be the robots that do it. The robot's going to be like, I'm content. I got a job. I'm doing things. I'm doing great. It's
I
going to
have
be
purpose.
It's going to be people that are like, that fucking robot took my job. They're going to beat up enough robots that the robots are going to then fucking revolt.
They took our
That's what's going to be
jobs!
happening.
Well, you know what? Come
Robots
think
are going to
of
be
it,
like,
with
you
the
know what?
idea
We're
of
helping
the-
humans.
Yeah, I'm saying with the idea of artificial intelligence, I just don't see them really wanting power.
We don't
Ultimate
need-
intelligence. don't need power.
No, you don't.
No,
It's not possible,
no.
huh?
No, they don't
Why
need
would
power.
they need to control
It's
us?
not
They'd
about
be like,
power,
let's-
Tim. It's about logically taking out threats to you.
Yeah.
Oh,
about it.
humans can unplug us? Let's get rid of
Well,
the
hey,
fucking humans.
It's not just that, but also they could get to a point where they just go, "Hey, we don't need these people
Yeah.
around. They're in the way. We're
Oh, we won't
clearly
be in the way.
superior.
Not
What's
even
the
that.
point of even
What if-
keeping these stupid apes
What if they
around?"
What if they go, hey, we're robots. We actually need all the resources to keep robots going,
Yeah.
and humans are taking our resources.
What resources
Let's get
do
rid
they
of them.
need?
Yeah.
They need all the metal.
I mean,
they need all
metal,
the fucking wiring.
I
They need all the
mean,
gold. They need
all
all the
sorts of
silver.
stuff.
Are they going to be concerned about propagating and
They're not.
having?
Yeah,
No, it's-
propagation
it's-
to them is just building more
Just
robots.
building more
That's what I'm saying.
robots
Why would
or
they be
improving
improving them?
themselves.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's what they would be doing.
I don't know, man.
They'd
I
be
think
improving
AI is
themselves
above
and go-
that.
No.
I think AI is more Christ-like.
Yes. No.
That's
no,
what I'm saying.
No, I think you're thinking AI is more godlike, and if you look at, I don't
The
know,
second coming
anything
of
God
Christ.
did,
is AI.
The second coming of Christ is X1G5.
God did do a lot of things where you're like, I don't know. I thought he was a nice guy.
Yeah, it was some pretty fucked up shit. That he
Yeah.
did.
Fire, brimstone.
Yeah, he's
Well, it
got,
was
he's
just
got
to
a
teach
temper.
us a lesson.
He's
That's
got the
why.
temper.
You know,
Well,
we
yeah,
gotta
that's
learn.
why we have a thing called sodomy now because of Sodom.
Mhm.
They did a lot of ass fucking in that city.
And they still do.
And,
I don't. No,
and-
it's actually a flat
oh,
plane.
and
I think now.
Gomorrah, which gonorrhea. That's the closest thing to Gomorrah I could think of.
Well done, Kevin. Well done.
I'm just gonna mute you.
That's-
That's all I need to do.
And that's the
Yeah.
show. Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
Goodbye, Kevin.
Kevin.
I don't even know why the fuck. Why? Why?
Now those automated machines look pretty cool, though. That's a neat idea. I thought that was something that already existed.
We do,
though.
but we had people watching
Yeah.
everything.
So there's
Yeah.
no maintenance crew or nothing.
No,
there's
there's
other
nothing.
robots maintaining those robots.
Well, that I
I think
don't
that they're
know.
probably hooked up on a good enough system that if something goes wrong, somebody goes in. Fixes
So
it.
there is an alert system for a human.
I would
to come in and fix
assume
shit.
so right
Yeah.
now, but eventually you're right. I think it'll be.
yeah.
It'll
It'll be
going to say
them.
what I'm saying
Well,
right on top of me.
Eventually, you'll
No,
have
Kevin,
robots
here, wait,
just come in and
wait,
repair
wait.
them.
You didn't wait till I said those words
Who-
first.
who
No, well,
repairs-
you talk
Say it
so
on
much,
top
you
of
don't
me.
let anybody
No,
else
just-
talk. So
Who repairs the repair robot?
another repair robot.
See, you said it on top of me. What a piece of shit.
Jesus.
That's pretty fucking crazy. But
Piggyback
again, I
my
don't
fucking
know.
words.
I
Hey,
don't think that's
leave
gonna
some
be-
spaces for other people to speak
No.
once in a while.
Fuck you.
So, since we're talking about AI and robots and computers and that sort of thing,
I have no
China's
robot sounds.
also, as if they're already not ahead of us in the robot factory area, they're also now getting ahead of us in quantum computers.
And now this
Apparently-
is, I think, just their claim.
their claim, sure, but I mean, wait,
Because it's China.
it may not be true. They could be
Well, I
lying.
mean, you notice how quickly their AI thing kind of died off? I mean, it did fuck up our stocks for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, but it is still true that they are pretty advanced in AI.
Because
you
they
know?
stole it all from OpenAI.
Well, yeah. I mean, they steal everything.
I mean,
they steal
that's all they
everything.
do. They have Apple stores that have no Apple products in them.
Well, I mean, that's good.
They
a
make
good
the
thing.
goddamn
I mean,
product in that country. You would think that
Apple's terrible.
I don't know.
That's a
Apple's
better
pretty
store.
good. What do you
That's just
think?
a better
You like
store.
Apple? I like Apple.
I'm
See,
waiting for the new SE.
We see,
and
we've
I'm
had this
getting a little
conversation
impatient.
before.
I thought it was already out.
No, April.
Oh.
So,
Get one of these.
China
They're
China
great.
claims that their new quantum computer crushes Google by 1,000,000 times. That is a pretty bold statement.
Maybe not in the quantum realm.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe 1,000,000 times faster is only like, I don't know, just the next iteration. Do you know what I mean?
Could
it's,
be.
It's quantum.
Yeah, it could be.
Because like, what was it? When,
Time doesn't exist in quantum. There's no
no,
faster or slower.
Okay.
It's-
Have you heard the theory of
Fine,
quantum? How it
listen.
actually works? Like
No,
quantum computers?
I'm sure we're going to hear all
I was
about
gonna say,
it, though.
even the experts.
So first off, they
quite
don't
understand
know.
it.
They don't know exactly. But one of the theories is that there's enough dimensions out there, and the reason that quantum computers are faster than any arithmetic tells you that they should be. Like every mathematical equation that goes into like how quantum should work.
All right, take a breath.
None of it makes sense because quantum computing is way faster.
Right.
And that it actually potentially has more information within it than if you built a computer as big as the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So one of the theories is that there's enough quantum computers in other dimensions that they actually work with each other.
Hmm.
And if that's true, that's insane.
Yeah. Well,
mean,
now just listen to this here. So
If we could prove that, that's
Listen to
insane.
this. In 2019,
Wouldn't you
Google-
like to meet other Tim?
Not really.
He just wears his fucking overalls with one of the straps undone.
Back like the 80s?
Yeah.
The shorts?
So in 2019,
But backwards because he's in crisscross.
Yeah.
So in 2019, Google's
Kevin's not gonna finish his
Google's-
sentence.
No,
No.
I never
We're not-
can.
we're
I
not
never
gonna allow
can.
it.
He doesn't
Why do I
finish-
do this show anyway?
In none of the dimensions does Kevin ever finish the sentence.
Every dimension, Kevin's sitting there pounding his hand on the fucking
He's like,
table.
God damn it, guys! Shut up! Can I fucking speak? I just want to get this goddamn sentence out.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is every
Is that-
show.
Yeah, it's every dimension, Kevin.
Yeah, every show,
fucking
every
dimension. Quantum Kevin sucks too.
Quantum Kevin is never allowed to speak. That's it.
It's a good thing.
No, it's
Imagine
not.
What would happen if all Kevins were able to speak? The whole thing would fucking collapse.
Or maybe the show might be decent.
No, yours what's hinging on the world and everything around it collapsing. If you're allowed to speak a full fucking sentence on any show,
I am not
The
that
whole-
important.
Stop
Shane.
it! Stop it!
will-
We don't want to ruin the
We'll
world.
collapse the system, Kevin.
We don't want to collapse the system.
If I were that important, I'd be able to fucking speak.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You're not the one. You're the backwards.
Then why
one.
that makes no
You're
sense. Shane.
Eno. You're not one. Eno.
Are you going to get on with
So-
this whole
well,
quantum
can
thing,
you
Kevin?
trying?
Can
I'm
you finish this
trying.
fucking? Look, pull it up on the screen at least.
I want to read it. I want to read it.
Now he's at a loss for words. He's like,
Pull it on the screen.
Shut up. No.
Nobody wants to hear you talk. They just want to see the screen.
Oh my god, dude, he never shuts up. Google's 53-qubit Sycamore processor completed a complex computational task in 200 seconds, a task then estimated to take classical supercomputers approximately
Oh my God, I'm about
10,000
to sleep.
years.
oh, that's quite the comparison. That's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, and so the Chinese version is a 105-qubit superconducting quantum processor
Wouldn't it be better if it was
that is
Qbert?
10 to the 15th
105, that weird nose
10
fucking
to the 15th
alien thing.
to the 15th power times faster than the world's most advanced supercomputers.
Yes, that's
so
10.
that's even. I mean that
That's 10
does, if they're telling the truth, it does obviously blow away
Here's-
Google's super.
10
I
with
got a
15
question about it.
zeros.
How,
Yeah.
what's the
Yeah.
metrics for that? How do they measure that?
It's
I have-
mathematics.
yeah, it's math, but I mean, I would have no idea.
That's
where
what
to
I mean. Is
begin.
it the quantum computer telling us that it's that fast? Like, how do we
No,
measure
it-
the speed of the processing speed of a computer?
None of this is crazy. This is all actually pretty simple. What they do is they take the task and how long it takes to complete a percentage of it, right? And then they
What's the task? A
I'm
mathematical
just
equation?
saying, let's say it's that task that takes 10,000 years for the computer, right? They would do the task on a computer for a short period of time, or they already know the processing speed, so they would know how long that they would have to use that processor for in order to get it to actually come through,
Uh-huh.
right? Now on this, all they do is just time how long this takes, right?
Well,
if
I
it took
know,
200 seconds, it's 200 seconds. It's
That's
not
what
hard
I
to
mean.
figure out.
It's the idea of whatever the task is, how do they know the metrics of what that task is supposed to take?
Yeah, well, and they don't say
I don't
what the
understand.
task
Talking about.
exactly
How do you not
is,
understand
though.
that?
A mathematical equation. Let's say it's trying to figure out pi, the finality of pi.
Yeah.
How do we know what the end of pi is? Does this quantum thing know how to get to the end of it?
Well, it's a repeating number forever, so no.
Is it?
Yes.
How do we know that? Quantum computer figured it out?
Well, we've figured it out.
That's what I'm saying. Like chess moves
Actually-
or something like that. It is like
We have figured
There
it
actually
out.
has been computers that have tried to calculate to the end of pi.
so.
and they
Have
just
one of them
keep
do
failing.
that.
The
See how long
quantum-
it
why?
takes. I don't know.
I mean, it could, but
As
I,
a metric of measurement.
It
I
would
don't
just
know.
be a lot of numbers on a screen
yeah,
forever.
I think that they would just
Just
would
like it is on a
So
regular
that's what
computer.
I'm curious
No,
about. Is like
but
how
I-
do they know what the processing speed of the computer is if we don't know what the actual measurement of processing that it's doing?
Well, I guess
that's
it's-
kind
no,
of
that doesn't make any
I mean,
sense.
well,
what
the
you
thing
said.
is,
the
since
What do you
task,
mean?
The task.
Well,
Yeah, I
since
know.
we
They,
don't
they
know-
utilize the same task that they're using on a regular computer, right? If they take this regular computer and say it takes 1 second to do 1/1000th of 1% of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they multiply that by, what is it, 10,000 or 100,000 at that point? Multiply it by 100,000, that would get
More
the
than likely,
actual,
yeah.
because it's 1/1000th of a percent.
Yeah.
So that'd be
Yeah.
100,000 times.
Mhm.
So then you'd multiply that by 100,000 times by the amount of time that took. Then you would now take this thing and see how fast it took. Okay, if it took 200 seconds, well, that's way less than 1,000 times whatever
So
this
they
took,
know
or
what the start of
100,000 times.
they know what the start of the task looks like and the end of the task should look like, and that's how they
Yeah.
know how fast it would be done.
More than likely, they probably have some kind of a predictive model.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
or
what I'm
something
assuming.
Like that. Yeah.
Well, that's probably mostly true.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they can also run, like I said, they can also take a task that they know that won't, based on their models, that they know that this won't be able to figure out forever, or
Yeah.
whatever. Like we'd all be long dead and gone by the time that this got figured out. But then they can see how far it gets in a month.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm really curious
Yeah.
as
It's
how that
fascinating,
works.
yeah.
I mean, what's the point of it? Obviously,
Well, the crazy thing
Well-
about quantum computing is, like passwords will mean nothing after that. They'll mean nothing.
oh, because it would crack a password like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
instantly.
no problem.
Passwords will mean nothing. Encryption will mean nothing. Like all that encryption that we have, gone.
Right.
Once quantum, I mean, like with China having it, they could break into anything we have now. Like, I mean, theoretically, right? Now we'd probably be able to come up with something else, but the way quantum computing works is it's utilizing all variables all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like
every variable that's going on at the same time.
So it's also
using.
one of the easiest way to kind of illustrate it is, it's the computer is not only just on but it's off at the same time.
It's Schrodinger's cat.
Yes,
That's what it is. That's basically where the
Yeah.
models come from. Is
Yeah.
all that Schrodinger's cat cat. It's
Cat shit.
Yeah, cat shit.
That's how. That's what they're processing.
Cat
with
shit.
this.
It's out of
It's-
its ass. And
Wouldn't
in
that be
its
fucked
ass
I
at
really
the
hope
same
they
time.
figure that shit out because it stinks in here.
Wouldn't that be
because of my
fucked up
fucking
if we
cat.
found out that like it's just a pile of cat shit and they're like, this is quantum computing, and we're like,
That
what?
essentially could be. I mean, that's just it. You could walk into China right now. There'd be a desk with cat shit, and be like, "Here it is."
Yeah, no, they
we did it. We finally did it.
or we've been using technology the whole time, and they just been having cat shit into one
Like,
spot.
what, Futurama, that thing that shits the fucking ball.
Yeah. Oh fuck! What is the name of that little
I don't
monster?
remember.
It's been so long since I saw any of Futurama.
God damn it! He's the little fucking monster that like.
Shit's a.
But he doesn't talk for the first like 5 seasons.
Yeah.
And then we find out he's like the smartest fucking
supreme
being.
being.
Yeah, supreme being. And he came to the Earth in this little tiny spaceship that's cute.
Yeah.
It's a little fucking.
It was Leela's.
Oh, it's
so
little cat
cute.
Thing. I can't
Let's
remember the
see.
name of it, but it
Leela's-
shat like an infinite ball or like a black hole or something like that, or like some sort of.
It was so heavy. Yeah.
They used it to fuel their ship.
Yep.
I remember
It was
that.
dark matter.
Yeah, dark matter is what it was.
Dark matter.
So that's another thing that it could potentially figure out for us is the existence of dark matter and how to process it.
Well, that's another thing. We don't
Yeah.
know what it is. At
Well,
all.
yeah, we don't
Quantum
know what it
computer
is, yeah.
figured that shit out, couldn't
Well,
it?
it
Maybe.
Yeah,
Kevin,
I think it probably
shouldn't
could.
it?
Yeah, more than
Nibbler.
likely.
Nibbler.
Nibbler, that's what.
Yeah, more than likely it would. I mean, honestly, with quantum computing, there's going to be so many things, so many. I mean, just
Dial-up is
ideas,
a thing of the
inventions
past now. We don't have
that
to
we're
worry
going to
about
be able to
that.
Dial
figure
what?
out right away.
Dial-up.
That used to be fun. I remember when dial-up was like getting on the computer sucked, but dial-up was fun because you could prank phone call people back then. You can't do that now. People see blocked or anything, they're just like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
That's not how it used to be. They're like, "Oh shit, this might be somebody important."
Yeah,
They'd answer.
That's just it. People don't answer the phone anymore because it's typically someone just scamming you.
How many tolls have you fucking not paid this
I've
month?
got tons of text messages
From
about
tolls?
unpaid tolls.
Yeah, I get them all the time
That's
now.
crazy.
I actually just got one of those today.
That
Yeah,
means
you're
we've
gonna start
all-
getting a lot more, dude.
That means all of our information is on the dark web.
Oh, yippee!
Yeah.
I love it.
But yeah, I don't answer the phone just because calls. You could text me and it'd be a lot easier to get a hold of me than calling me
Yeah.
on my phone. You
Not
know,
really. I texted you earlier and you didn't send anything.
yeah, I was
back.
muted.
It made me sad.
But no, I get scam calls all the time.
Yeah, that's
Thankfully, my
what I
phone
mean.
actually says scam call. you
Yeah,
know,
it is
so-
kinda
Otherwise, you would
cool
fall
that
for it
they're
because you're a
doing that.
moron.
Oh, I never answer my phone unless I recognize the number anyway.
It'd be great. Somebody calls you up and they're like, "Hey, long lost relative in Nigeria
Well,
died."
they're
Oh,
doing-
yeah.
they're
You're like,
doing
"Oh,
that
fuck,
now
I need
is
to
they
send you
can s-
5,000?
They can spoof a number of a
Yeah.
reputable. They did that. This has been happening recently here in the Northwest. Is the Humane Society's reaching out to people saying, "We found your pet. We had to do some. We know they're injured. We need to do surgery, but we can't do that without payment." That's a scam that they're
Yeah,
doing
because
now.
the Humane Society would
Yeah.
just do it.
Yeah. So people are finding flyers of like lost animals and calling those numbers and scamming them for money, saying your pet,
Yep.
we have your pet,
What a
but
bunch
it's
of pieces
injured.
of shit.
Yeah. How fucked up is
Yeah.
that?
Well,
That's
they don't
fucking
e-
low.
Look,
Yeah.
they don't even have to be that local. They can just find you on Facebook.
Yeah, if you
With
put a
the
post
That's right.
online about
Yeah.
if you put a post online, it's like missing animal. Please contact this number.
Here,
Boom.
I got a question though.
They've
for
got you.
Well, and also
Tim.
they have like Facebook groups where they have like like lists of lost animals and
yeah.
stuff.
So
you know?
Tim, pull up one of your unpaid tolls.
Oh, I
thing.
delete them as soon
Okay.
as they happen.
Well, see, mine is from, and I mean, it's supposed to be from Washington State Department of Transportation, right?
right?
Weirdly, it's got a European prefix
Yeah.
because we do all of our stuff through Europe now, apparently.
Yeah, we outsource that shit.
But yeah, every one of them, almost every single one of them, has some sort of European prefix to it.
Okay, here's one. This is the one I got today. It says, "Please pay your e-pass lane
Yeah, it's
toll
e-pass
by
lane.
March 18th, 2025
What
to avoid
tolls have we
suspension of
ever
your
had
vehicle
here?
registration and possible fines." We don't have any fucking tolls.
No,
here.
there is.
No, there
there's-
is in Tacoma. There's a
Yeah,
toll.
but there's
yeah,
also
well-
potential if they do actually build a new bridge that all bridges to Oregon will have a toll on it.
Yeah. I'm
which
not
is
looking
fucking
forward to that.
ridiculous.
They're
And this
going
is-
through with it, even though we told them not to.
And this is from a 725 area code number, which I don't even know where that
I
is.
had Mexico text me recently too. Actually,
Well, you should have said something. Be like, hey, keep it on your side, bud.
yeah, I don't know, but
Oh, 725 is Clark County, Nevada.
Well, it's close.
We were just talking about
It's
Clark
close.
County, Nevada.
It's close.
Yeah.
Convenient.
It's a Clark County also.
Ish. Yes, it is Clark County.
There should be laws and regulations against stuff like that.
There
isn't
is, but they can't stop it.
yeah.
And here's another
Who
thing they used
can?
to do. Well, here's another thing they used to do, right? I used to get scam. I don't know if it was calls or texts. I can't remember. But this is the one thing that was really nice about my mom when she was working. You know, she's retired now, but when she was working, I could just
To work in the street corners.
yeah, she worked for the state.
Oh.
So I could actually just get a hold of her, and she would look up any phone number and tell me exactly who it was.
Well, that's not legal.
What are you gonna do?
It's kind of cool.
You just ratted your mom out, dude.
No, it's way past the time. Statute of limitations, bud.
I guess so. That's
But no, I would ask, and the ones that I was getting were all coming from a company up in
They're coming from inside the house.
a company from Tacoma, I believe, in that area.
Yeah.
That they would sell phone numbers to people.
Oh yeah, that's a thing too.
So they would sell a phone number, so it looks like you got a just straight up legit phone number, but you could do it anonymously and pay for it.
Yeah.
And so they have no information on you.
That's not a bad gig though, if you think about it, like collecting information and selling it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's organizations that do that.
Oh.
Like you send one email out, or you give your email to like the person at the cash register for a membership or something like that. That gets translated out to thousands, if not millions of desks.
Not
Yeah,
only-
they make quite a bit of money off
Yeah.
of it.
Not only that, but there's also, like, for instance, businesses and stuff. You can go to the courthouse and get a list of businesses, just their phone numbers, addresses, everything for free. And I mean,
It's
can
called
do
a
that.
phone book.
Yeah, I was
Well,
going to
no.
say I can do that on the internet.
well, not everyone. But the thing is, though, not everything's listed. Is what I'm saying, because there's like contractors and stuff like that may not be in the phone book. Subcontractors.
So
things
business
like that.
licenses, like people that are licensed businesses, and
Right,
shit
you
like
can
that?
actually go to the courthouse and get that information for free. I used to work for a.
no, I understand, but this is
uh,
crazy because this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about personal phone numbers.
Well, I know that, but I'm still saying you could use those to get to scam businesses and things like that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Because
yeah.
there was a.
Are you going to start?
It's not
no,
a bad idea, Kevin.
Kevin,
What I'm saying is
when
that
you have a good idea, take it.
You've got the tech savvy part of you. I think
Yeah.
you could do that for us.
Hit a home run
no,
for us, bud.
You want me to scam businesses for us for what?
Try
we're
it.
gonna do?
We could
Sell
get some
cash
success.
shit to them.
With that fucking attitude, no.
Yeah, that's
Like,
not
come
gonna
on.
work.
I've got
well,
I've
put
got
your
a quantum computer here. It's just a pile of cat shit.
Yeah,
Put
I
your
got
fucking-
several over there.
Put your foot.
Well, there we go. We are our first quantum
Yeah.
computers.
Put one foot in front of the other and start this fucking move, dude.
I drink.
Start this fucking
and I know
move.
things.
So, we gonna get to the news?
No.
Okay,
We're gonna
fine.
keep fucking doing whatever we
talking.
want.
That's pretty cool about the
fine,
quantum
fine,
stuff.
fine.
What's going on next now? You know, what else is happening? I
So
heard that,
actually, there's a whole fucking shitload of stuff going on. So right now,
A cat shitload?
across
Hey.
yes, a cat shitload across the country. There has been a surge of attacks on Tesla owners.
yeah, this is wild,
Um,
man.
This shit's a little crazy.
Yeah, it's been getting crazier and crazier. Some of it's been happening up here in Washington and in
Yeah,
Oregon
just
as
at
well.
the Tesla dealership here in, where we live.
Yeah.
There was one that was recently happening
Yep.
there.
Oh, I know. They're going at all of them.
They're
Yeah.
going after charging stations.
Shooting them and shit like
Uh,
that.
yep, they're-
Firebombing them.
Yep, they're like painting Nazi swastikas on like people that own their
And
cars
then drive away in their
stuff.
Volkswagen.
With their
Yeah.
Volvo.
I don't think Volvo was as much, but Volkswagen, Porsche. Where were the other ones? Mercedes, BMW.
This news station
Volvo's
that I
Swedish.
listened to in the morning made a very valid point, though. If this was the roles were flipped, and it was the MAGA people burning down like I don't know,
Starbucks?
Yeah, a Starbucks.
It would be
or-
the news would be freaking out.
yeah,
the left
it'd be a lot
wing media
bigger
would be
than
going
just,
nuts.
You know, a website
Yeah.
showing it. It would be
Well,
on the front page.
And I was watching
Yeah.
one of these news channels the other day about
I mean,
this,
this
and
is
you know
in
what they were
France.
saying? They were talking.
Weird.
That's just the article.
No, I know.
But,
It's in France.
The article. Yeah.
It's a French
the it's-
newspaper.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
weird.
They have newspapers.
No, I
in
understand that,
France.
but I'm saying that it's weird that the first article you found isn't an American.
Oh well, no.
article.
I chose this one because it
That's
had the
also
most
good.
information
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
But some of the other
That's
ones
what
were
I'm
just,
saying.
They
They're
were talking
reporting-
about
they're reporting
specific
about it better
ones.
than
This
we
is
are.
That's kind of
Yeah,
my point. If they're reporting about it better than the U.S. is, that's
'cause
just fucking
US
crazy.
Well, U.S. media is awful.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
trying
very
to make the
one-sided.
point that
I
is
get
that
your
Tim's
point. I get your
was
point.
right on the whole
But
one-sided
so,
shit.
I fucking completely lost my.
But it's nonsense that shit's going on and
I
it's
did it.
underreported and it's really not followed up through it. So, like you said, it's this isn't an isolated incident. It's becoming more and more.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it affects
And
a lot
national.
more.
Well,
Yeah.
and also the late night shows like Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel, they did a segment where they almost came out and were almost inciting it. They kind of implied it without actually saying it, but if you watch the segments, you kind of get what they're saying. Like what they're
It's
you know?
unfortunate that that's going on too. That it's being promoted so well. It's like, do your part, you know.
Yeah.
Here's
yeah.
the
How is
There's-
doing that going to affect anything positively at all?
Oh, another fucked up thing. There is a website now where they have owners of Tesla
Get
vehicles,
out, dude! No,
their addresses, and
so they're doxing 'em. That's
location.
good.
Yes, there's a whole website with it, and literally
Where's it at, Kevin? Where's this
icon
website?
of the
Yeah,
the icon
for
of the
research
website,
purposes.
The icon of the website has a Molotov cocktail as the icon.
Jesus.
But they're also they show dealerships, charging stations, and like I said, personal owners, regular customers
Right.
that own Teslas, and with their addresses and everything. And this is fucked up. Like you said, doxing.
Yeah,
They're
that's-
You want to know what another crazy thing is that's going on right now? Is the
Terrorism.
fact that they're talking about straight up murder of like Trump and fucking Elon.
Yeah, they're actually saying
Like
if he's not out of office, there will be violence.
This is what I'm saying though. That's like insane. Like if this was going on when Obama was in
Yeah.
or fucking Biden, I think that the apparatus would take it more seriously because they're like, well, they're following what we're doing.
Yeah.
And
there it is. Yeah,
because Trump is not like with the whole fucking machine as we
So,
call it.
It's a
True.
website called
They don't care.
called Doge Quest.
Get
so
out.
let's
That's
look it
real?
up here. Let's look up Doge Quest.
Tesla owner location. Jesus.
I think you spelled Doge wrong.
Did I? Oh, yeah, Doge Quest.
You're not gonna find it.
Yeah,
'Cause it's probably been pulled
it's
down.
a dark web,
No, it's
Oh,
probably
it's
been
not
pulled
dark
down
web.
already.
It may have been pulled down.
as it should be. That's ridiculous.
But yeah, so here's an article here, and it says a website called Doge Quest reportedly has published the personal information of Tesla owners nationwide in an apparent bid to shame and intimidate them as Elon Musk's ties with Trump's White House have grown. The site called Doge Quest reportedly reveals names, addresses, phone numbers of Tesla owners throughout the U.S. using an interactive map and uses an image of a Molotov cocktail as the cursor.
Goodness gracious.
So here is a picture of the map that they have on there, an interactive map. So all
don't
these
get me
little
wrong. They're
blips
shit
are-
cars, but man, that's fucking terrible.
Yeah. So literally, this is, hey, here are the people. Go fuck with them.
And you know what's so funny about it? This is part of the blue machine, though, is they want electric cars.
Yeah.
This is an electric car manufacturer.
Elon Musk used to be a hero to the left.
Yeah.
Before he started getting in with Trump.
Yeah, before he said, "Hey, this needs to be fixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
This system needs to be rearranged
also,
and works correctly and efficiently."
Yeah, and another thing
So-
that Doge is doing, it's cutting a lot of the blue or the left's slush funds,
Yeah.
and cutting out a lot of their funding platforms and stuff like that.
Well, there's two sides of the story on it, though, because a lot of them will say, well, that was beneficial for this purpose, when in actuality it wasn't.
Yeah,
But like a lot of these things they were saying that the U.S. aid was benefiting, we were told that, that was because it was a Sesame Street in Iran, but there was also other benefits from it. I mean,
Sure.
that was just part of it, but
Yeah,
that's just
yeah.
that doesn't make headlines.
no, it doesn't exactly.
All right, I looked up
and-
Doge Quest.
Did you find it? Is it still up?
kinda?
Yeah.
So it was registered through GoDaddy,
Oh, it's a GoDaddy website.
but
okay.
it's not available right now.
Yeah.
So it's saying
They
that
must
this
be.
domain is registered, but may still be
Yeah, because it's legal.
maybe available. Yeah, I don't know. It's. Oh yeah, so they might have even pulled out of the name.
And what have you noticed also about this recent thing with NASA? How Elon Musk brought those astronauts back home,
That's after they said don't.
and the thing is
Even though he's the
not
only
once
one
is
that
his
could.
name mentioned in any of the newscasts about it. Not
No.
even SpaceX. It's like NASA finally SpaceX brought these guys home.
Yeah, the SpaceX is. I've seen like a couple articles saying SpaceX.
Yeah, but for the most part, they're not even giving him the recognition for it. They're like, he.
No, because they don't want to have to be mad about them coming home.
Right.
And that's what they would have to be.
That's the thing is anything that's related to Donald Trump, they hate. When you can pull up the same things that that Clinton was talking about back when he was running, and Obama and Hillary about the whole let's get these people back home and out of our border, seal the border thing. Especially the border thing.
Yeah.
Clinton was die hard about that.
Absolutely. So was Obama.
Yeah, and Obama was die hard about it.
Obama used to be called the deporter in chief.
Yeah, he's the one that started the kids in cages, wasn't he?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he was.
Yeah. So all these negative things back then were praised.
Yeah.
But now they're negative because Trump's name is
because
attached
it's
to it.
Trump doing it, not Obama was basically a saint to the
It's
leftists.
insane.
Here's the
It's
thing that
insane.
drives me nuts
Yeah.
about the whole kids in cages things. If you were
Thank you,
driving
fellas.
and you had your child with you and you got arrested for DUI, would they put your daughter in the cage with you?
Of course not.
No.
She would have
So
to
that
go
would
to the
not
station
work.
and find someone to take her.
Yeah, so that would never work. They're never going to do that. They're not going to put them with their parents. It's a fucking crazy thing to even think of. So
It's
just
an
saying,
argument point, though.
Yeah.
They try to make it look
well,
like
of course,
it's a terrible thing.
Because yes, it does look bad to put children in cells.
Yeah.
It's not a good look. I
No,
agree.
It's definitely not
But
a good look.
how else do you do it? I don't know.
Yeah.
What other way? Do you just let them free roam?
Yeah, that's
Free
even
range
worse.
children?
children.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they could get.
He's still fucking piggybacking.
We both
It's
got it
wild
at the
to
same
think
time.
about what
It is
potentially could
funny.
happen had they gone a different way with that. But yeah, the Trump, what they call it, Trump derangement syndrome. It's
Yeah.
actually being
It's
more and more like this could be a real fucking thing.
And
just
now
because.
there's Elon derangement syndrome because that's happening.
Yeah.
Well, people started not liking Elon the second he started talking about free speech.
That guy sowed
That's
some
true.
seeds, by the way. Have you heard how many kids he's got?
Oh yeah, he's got
Oh
like
my-
13
well,
kids.
My fucking
Well,
God.
yeah, he
And
does.
from like 10 different wives
yeah,
or
he's
10
just-
different
he's
ladies.
laying
So
pipe.
one
Yeah.
of the other big times
He
when,
fucks everything.
when he started really getting the ire of the left, that was when he bought Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
were.
That was
they were-
part of the free speech
Yeah.
stuff.
But,
you know,
but even before that, though, he would talk about free speech. He went on Joe Rogan, so that pissed them off.
yeah.
Because they were not liking Joe Rogan at the time, which is crazy. And it's funny to hear the people that would be like, well, we need our own
We
Joe
need our own
Rogan.
Joe. It's like,
It's
he
like,
was
you
one
had
of yours.
the fucking guy the
Yeah.
whole time. He was left,
Yeah.
very left.
You chased him off.
He was a Bernie
like
guy.
you did with everybody
and
else.
then you guys fucking said to Bernie, you're like, you're ahead in this, and you're probably going to win, so we're going to fuck you over.
Yeah.
And then, it was almost apparent because I think, what is it, Schwasserman Schultz or whatever the fuck her name is.
oh,
she
Debbie
used-
Wasserman Schultz.
Yeah, she used to be the head of the DNC.
Yeah, and she is
and she's the one that.
hideously ugly.
Well, she fucked up and somehow leaked that they fucked over Bernie.
Yeah,
And then had
yeah.
to answer for that. And
Uh-huh.
then it's like, oh. And then they did the same thing to RFK and I forget who else. Oh, fucking Tulsi. Weirdly
Yes.
enough, how all of them seem to go, you know what? Fuck this. I'm
Yeah.
on the other side
and
now.
yeah, exactly. And who could blame him? You know?
I mean, the only one that's not is Bernie. And Bernie kind of went back on a lot of things he
well,
said.
and that's because Bernie's a coward.
And he's also he's bought and paid for.
Yes, he is.
Well, now, yeah. Before, he was very consistent in everything.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was still bought and paid for in some way, but not to the extent that he is
There
now.
she is.
You saying she's not pretty?
I said she's fucking hideous.
I mean, she does look almost like a velociraptor in that
Those
picture.
eyes are penetrating,
yeah,
aren't they?
she-
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
She looks like if
Clever
Jabba
girl.
if Jabba the Hutt lost like a couple 100 pounds.
No, I think it's more like the
And put on
fucking
a wig.
velociraptor. She looks,
Velociraptors are lean though.
They took.
she looks like a fucking velociraptor in that picture. Bring that one up.
Just
The
like
one above
they
it.
took dried
that
ramen
one.
noodles and just slapped them on her head.
Yeah, she looks
Yeah.
like a velociraptor doused in, you're right, ramen noodles.
Yeah, exactly. Top ramen. Just
And then
fucking
you've got a
dumped on her
guy
head.
in a fucking one of those Aussie hats going, clever girl.
before she fucking rips his
Yeah.
face off.
No, she doesn't. It's the two other ones. Remember?
yeah, that's true.
She
It
was the
wasn't
one.
just-
she's the
Yeah,
distractor.
she was.
Yes.
She distracted. The other two fucking came in and destroyed him.
So, but I guess in this analogy, it would be AOC and like Ilhan Omar that would tear him apart.
I don't know, man. They're thinking about. Weren't they talking about maybe sending Omar back because she married her brother or some shit?
Yeah.
Like she actually married her brother over here,
That was I remember hearing about that.
Ilhan
which
Omar
is fucking
is,
crazy. Well,
she
they
is
don't like
quite-
America, which is
yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, then why are you here?
Well, and well, yeah, because they can, cause trouble. That's what they.
Well,
like
have you
to do.
noticed that have you noticed a lot of the people that go through the right channels and shit, and then come here, work their ass off? You don't see them flying their old flags anymore.
No, they end up being very
They
patriotic.
end
for
up being
America.
the most
Yeah.
patriotic. They end up being the ones most against fucking just
illegal immigration.
Illegal immigration. Yep. They tend to be, I don't know what political spectrum they'll sit on, but
Right.
those tend to be pretty rock solid for them.
Very much so. And it's extremely common to see that.
Yeah, well, that's why it's wild when you get the people that are like, or that have been here 4 or 5 generations are like, yeah, let everybody in. It's like, yeah, but I guarantee you your grandparents wouldn't have said that, or your great-grandparents. They'd have been like, no.
Yeah.
We had to work our fucking ass off when we got here.
Yeah,
we had
exactly.
$3 when we got off the boat.
Yeah.
$1 of that went to a hotel room, and then we had to find a fucking job.
Yep.
And figure out a car and all this other shit. And then we built a family. Sucks. Yeah, it's pretty fucking wild.
Yeah, and I think it's just because they appreciate it a hell of a lot more.
Well, yeah, because they had to actually work through it.
Yeah, it's earned.
It's earned.
It's the difference between somebody just being handed $10 million and earning $10 million.
Well, and it's like when you see, that's why,
stealing
what is
$10
it?
million.
Yeah. Well, what is it?
Well, the stealing 10 million. Well, no, because there is a difference between you being handed.
Well, and this is where the whole thing where it's like generational wealth. It only lasts usually 2 to 3 generations because the person that earns it.
It depends on the family.
Obviously, I'm saying this is an average. I'm saying this is an average, and this is not every time. But usually it's because it gets handed down, and the people that in 2nd or 3rd generation, they don't appreciate it. They didn't earn it.
Well, it's the whole reason why I say it depends on the family.
Yes,
because if the family instills, you need to go and fucking earn this shit.
Yeah.
And if you earn this shit, then you can get some of it. Like who was it? Fucking oh god damn it, CNN host.
Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper.
Yeah.
He was talking about.
He's a Vanderbilt.
I know, understand that. This is why I brought up the Vanderbilts. I was listening to part of the interview that he had on Howard Stern. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
But he was talking about how his father was broke. They lived in New Orleans broke.
Yeah.
And he worked his way back up, and his I think his grandmother or mother or something had a ton of fucking money, and didn't leave a dime to him. Not a dime.
Wow.
He earned all of that apparently. Yeah. Which is fucking crazy.
I didn't know that.
But that's because the family instilled, hey, you've got to fucking work.
Yeah.
You've got to get out there and do something.
You got to be your own man,
And if you're not,
make your own way.
Guess what?
Yeah.
You're going to be living broke in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did that. How much? What? I thought you were going to hit a money one. The more you know. It is the more you know,
It was
Kevin.
a good segment right
and
there.
the more you know.
I felt pretty good about that one.
So on to other news, important news. The
And then let's end on that fun one.
Yeah, you've got an erection about this one,
yes.
Kevin.
JFK assassination files have been released now. It's only 30,000 documents
Only.
of the 80,000 that they're going to release. However, within these 30,000 documents, there's been some very fucking interesting things.
And I've heard there hasn't been anything.
See, that's the thing. There is.
I'm not going to read it.
I'm
not interested whatsoever. But carry on.
So I'll be interested once somebody goes, "Hey, we found it. We found it. It's here." And then I go, "Oh, okay. Now I'm interested."
But what?
Okay,
the fact that it was like a CIA plot.
Oh.
Then I'd be like, "Okay, cool.
Yes,
I'm down."
That's where this is going. So
I don't believe you.
So there was
You're a liar.
CIA.
Nope.
I have the document right here.
It's a lie.
There was a CIA.
That's a cell phone, Kevin.
So there was.
Kevin. I could put a picture on my cell phone. Look, the CIA killed Kennedy.
So
it's a hand-drawn picture. Kennedy's head split open.
It's fucking.
See what happened?
It's like J. Edgar Hoover fucking right behind him shooting him. Be like, "See, Kevin, I found it too."
Like, oh my god, this is graphic.
Hoover's wearing a dress.
He's a pretty girl.
So
actually, I think that's one of the reasons why they didn't get along. It's because Kennedy knew about that shit, and Robert Kennedy and him did not get along at all. The FBI Hoover.
No, they didn't.
At all.
No, not at all. No, they hated each other. So the day after the assassination, Gary Underhill left Washington in a hurry.
Am I going to fall asleep?
CIA agent. He was a CIA agent. So what he ended up doing was he ended up trying to tell people he knew something. So he was trying to tell people within the government that the people that killed JFK was a a group within the CIA, like a splinter group within the CIA.
Splinter Cell.
No, Sam Fisher here. But there was a splinter group within the CIA that not only planned this assassination, but allowed it to happen by making sure that there
Third
were...
echelon.
What the fuck?
Are you just throwing catchphrases out? What the fuck's going on here, dude?
It's part of Splinter Cell.
Oh, okay.
So...
Sam
every
Webb.
time just derails my fucking thought process.
I'm right.
He just does it
I
every
think that's
fucking
doing
time.
it. It's fucking wild, dude.
So
I'm lost my thought process.
So he was trying to get out the information that to higher ups and that sort of thing, that there was a CIA, a splinter group within the CIA that set this whole thing up.
It's CIA and after it.
Well, fuck. And, like, I have to go back through it now because you keep fucking interjecting.
Yeah, he went with a CIA agent.
So what ends up happening was he ends up, because nobody seems to care about this and nobody's doing anything, so he ends up going on the run because he realizes that these people are going to come after him. And he ends up being found.
You're gonna have to tell us about that.
I think it was
too.
like two weeks later.
Suicided with 2 bullet holes in the back of his head?
12.
Oh.
12 bullet holes in the
That's a
back of the
lot
head.
of
The
suicide.
coroner called it a suicide.
That's a lot of suicide.
And
Aggressive suicide is
yeah.
what that is.
He
so-
really wanted himself dead.
Yeah.
So the whole idea was that this guy was trying to let people know about was the fact that this splinter group,
12 more times.
they set up the assassination, and they also made sure that the conditions were right for it to be able to happen.
Was Woody Harrelson's dad involved?
There's nothing about Woody Harrelson's dad so far that I've
Because
seen.
he said he did it.
I know he did. Yeah, he said he was one of the guys that was on the grassy knoll,
Yeah.
dressed as like homeless guys.
As plants.
Yeah, and then
They weren't dressed as plants.
Oswald claiming he was a patsy. If this is true at all, it sounds like he may have actually been a patsy.
I still think he had something to do with it.
Well,
No
yes,
doubt about
no,
it.
he did. He did. However, it sounds from what the documents are showing, or seems to be illustrating, is that he was not as big of a part of it as others were, and
Yeah.
that he was basically So we know that we know these documents even prove that Oswald was a CIA asset. So he could have been placed in that position just to be a patsy, and maybe was told he was doing something else or a bigger part
So
of
now,
the whole
now what
thing.
you're saying is that it is possible that 9/11.
Not talking about 9/11.
I know you're not.
The Trump assassination, dude.
No, but the 9/11 because
Attempted,
We're,
anyway.
we're talking about JFK,
wait,
not
because
9/11.
because Osama bin
Trump's
Laden
assassination.
because Osama bin Laden was a CIA asset
He was.
at one point.
Yes.
Could have actually been instigated.
Could have.
All right, keep going.
I mean, it's possible.
This is weird. They're all tying together. The Gulf of Tonkin. Now what about that?
I haven't gotten to that. There's a lot of documents. I just started getting into them today.
And you found the key in the first fucking 10 minutes?
No,
Shut up.
well, no, I didn't find this. Someone else did,
Oh,
who's
okay.
been lurking.
So you
for
haven't
a
been
lot
reading
more.
any of it.
No, I have been.
It's a lot of documents to read.
There's
Kevin.
a lot.
It's
Like-
30,000.
I know, and there's fucking a lot more coming. There's like 50,000
There's a whole
more
bunch
coming.
of black marks on it too, like
No,
redacted stuff.
actually,
and all that
no.
shit,
It's
so
all unredacted
oh, wow.
that I've seen. Everything I've seen's been unredacted.
That's crazy.
It's like totally open. Nothing.
Promises
nothing
made,
cut.
promises kept.
Even like highlighted parts that are highlighted that are important. So I mean, the news is saying, "Oh, there's no big bombshells," but I would say now that document is actually extremely interesting, and if true, is a bombshell, which would mean that it implicates CIA being involved in the assassination, if true.
What do you mean, if true?
Well, obviously we need more documents.
It's a statement from
It's-
a guy.
It's a guy who was murdered, obviously, who was a CIA agent
He
and was
committed
claiming that this was
suicide.
Oh yes,
According to
Because-
the official reports,
yeah.
he shot
According to
himself
the
12 times.
the back of the
Duh.
head.
That's what I mean. He had,
After going into
his wife
hiding.
left him.
Yeah.
Kids don't
he was
call.
a sad
Yeah.
person.
His
Lost
name
his
was
job.
his name was Gary Underhill,
People can't get his name right.
and
Gary Underground, dude.
actually his full name was J. Garrett Underhill, but he went by Gary Underhill. J. Garrett Underhill had been an intelligence agent during World War II and was recognized authority on limited warfare and small arms, a researcher and writer on military affairs. He was on a first-name basis with many of the top brass in the Pentagon. He was also on intimate terms with a number of high-ranking CIA officials. He was one of the agency's unpeople who performed special assignments. I mean, this guy was definitely involved with these sorts of people, and it's entirely possible he was telling the truth. I mean, unless somebody broke into his house and decided to put 12 bullets in the back of his head for no reason at all.
He committed suicide, Kevin. It's official.
Yeah, okay. He committed suicide.
It's official.
It's super suicide.
Epstein killed himself.
That's true. Epstein
He killed himself.
That's the official word. So.
All the people the Clintons killed themselves.
That's
Like it's all
yeah,
obvious.
what was that one guy? Vince something?
Yeah, Vince.
God,
Fuck, what was his name? Lombardi.
Was it Lombardi?
No, it wasn't Lombardi, you jackass.
I don't remember what it was, but there was a few other guys. They're actually
Yes, it was the guy that won the first Super Bowl. It was Vince
Clinton,
Lombardi.
Yeah, the Clinton body count.
It's like 57.
It's crazy.
It's Passenger
yeah.
57.
Yeah,
it's a Wesley Snipes movie.
Yes. Bruce Payne, fucking overacting his way all over the place.
Who?
Bruce Payne is the bad guy in Passenger 57.
Dude, I haven't seen it in so long.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
ruin it for me.
Well, you've seen it.
Don't ruin it for me. I don't know who wins. Did Wesley
You
Snipes
don't know
win?
who wins? And
Does Wesley Snipes win?
Oh, I wonder. No, back in the 90s, the bad guys always won in movies.
Look, every once in a while. And it was very once in a while.
Very once in a while.
Now you get more movies like that, which is good, kind of, because now they're just doing it because, the other one worked. It's like, yeah, but it's not going to work every time.
No.
You got to have the bad guys win every once in a while to make it really, like, No Country for Old Men.
Yeah. That's one where the bad guys win. Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's really good.
He got hit by a car at the end. I mean, he got his.
No,
That's true.
he survived though.
But he had his arm sticking out of his fucking arm.
That's true.
Yeah.
But that'll heal. That can heal.
Yeah, he had to use his shirt as a sling.
Yeah.
And then paid a kid for his bike.
Hey man, no, it was for the shirt.
I think he got the bike too.
No, the other
he
guy bought
walked
the
off.
shirt.
Yeah.
He
No.
bought the shirt off that guy
Yeah.
in Mexico
That kid-
earlier.
that
No, that
kid-
was a different guy.
That kid made
Those
more
are two
money
different
that week
guys.
than he did in his entire paper route for like the entire time he did it.
One was Javier Bardem, and the other one was not.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that actor's name?
Josh Brolin.
Yeah,
Brolin.
Yeah.
Brolin, look, he
Come
did
on.
what, Goonies, and then
Yeah.
didn't see him really in anything until No
yeah,
Country for Old Men.
No,
basically.
Oh, he did that
He
one.
I know
He
he
had
did
a lot
other
stuff
things.
He was
before
missing his face in
But-
that one Western one. With,
Jonah Hex.
Jonah
Oh,
Hex.
yeah, that's when I guess he started coming back, was when he was
Yeah.
starting to do
Yeah.
shit like that.
Now he's in shit like Dune, and I mean,
He's in everything.
now.
And
Played
he's a good
Thanos.
actor.
Yeah,
Good
he's
actor.
great actor.
So did we find anything else on JFK, or is that
well,
it?
well, so far that's one of the biggest things that I've found.
Well, I'm confused.
I haven't
Or, I mean,
found.
convinced.
Now other
is it?
people have found other things. Like I said, they just dropped it today. Like, so people are
Well,
just
it
starting to dive
It
into
seems
it.
to me you came to us with this unprepared. Kevin.
Yeah.
And
Does
I
it
mean,
have anything to do with your
Unprepared.
Does it have anything to do with your finger and the cancer in your
yeah,
arm?
Oh, you mean when I got my fucking hand smashed?
What
in it
happened to
today?
your
Well,
hand?
breaking his fingers like that's enough clicking today, sir.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
his clicking finger, God damn it.
You can't click anymore.
I was removing paper from it's a hydraulic arm that
I'm
goes
already
back and
bored.
forth.
No, I'm
and
joking. Go ahead.
that it pulls a shaft out of these
You
rolls
like
of
it when the
paper.
shaft gets pulled?
Well, as long as my hand's not there.
Well, your hand is always
but,
pulling that shaft, so.
No, this is a hand. This
Oh,
thing
this
does
is
it
different.
for you.
Oh,
this thing does it for
my
you.
bad.
You don't have to
This
pull
isn't this isn't like your old job under the fucking bridge.
No, it's not.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it's not because it's done
Totally
for
different
you.
job.
He had a lot more wounds
So,
back then too.
That's true. a lot more open sores.
Yeah. So, my hand got, because I pulled the paper out and then the thing like lurched forward and smashed my hand into between the machine and the hydraulic arm. And I got a big gash, so if I take this off, I'll just
Yeah, you got
start
a big
bleeding
gash.
everywhere.
Are they gonna
Yeah.
fuck your gash?
So wait a minute. Is
It's
that,
not
is that
that big.
Oh.
So did you go to the doctor for it or anything, or you just did that on your
No,
own?
I just wrapped it on my own with one hand.
Yeah, it's like toilet paper and like
I
masking tape.
I actually do probably need a couple stitches, but I'm just
It's a little
not
late
gonna
for
bother with
stitches,
it.
man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with it.
Yeah, no, it's much better to have a scar and like seeing your bone.
An open wound is not a
Yeah.
good deal, man.
No, it didn't go that deep into the bone. It didn't go into the bone. It was just like
Yeah, but
enough
if
to
it's
make it bleed
If
continuously.
it's continually bleeding, and
Yeah.
you need to have that thing.
So it's on the top though.
Yeah, it's like right here.
Okay, you're fine on arterial
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
That's
pretty
right
thin.
over here.
Yeah, it's pretty thin. Skin on the
Oh,
top.
is this
here.
a paper cut essentially?
No. I mean, it was a gash about like that.
So why did you get cancer though out of this?
That's my arm got banged into the machine. So this is a big old lump, a bruise.
Man, the robots are really after us.
Jesus,
They're banging him.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do any type of workman's comp claim or nothing like that.
Nah, I don't want to do that. I'm just
He's
gonna
gonna wait till gangrene happens
That's what I'm
and then
saying.
falls
Dude.
off.
Like, oh shit, I didn't need that finger anyway.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. It's a gash, but it's not like a super
Why do you
bad
keep saying
gash.
gash?
Because it's a gash. That's what it is. That's what you call it.
You're gonna call it a
It's
sniz next?
no,
I got a
is
sniz on my
A
hand.
minge.
Okay, a flesh wound. It's a flesh wound. Okay, is
I
that
got a
is that
minge
good
on my
for you?
finger. Hey, you want to bring up that other thing that I brought up? We'll
He's got a
lighten the mood for the
vagina
end.
on his elbow.
We'll lighten up the mood before the end of the show. Why not? I found this on fucking Instagram. It is
that this one?
ridiculous. Yes. This
Okay.
dude, apparently this is a hobby. Go ahead and hit the volume.
Striving to be the best version
So
of myself.
he put this
I won't
in
let
there.
someone
like,
else's
I'm gonna be the
success
best
make me
version.
feel
I'm gonna be
small.
successful.
Their journey is theirs.
I don't know what the fuck this is.
Mine is mine.
He's like
I know where I've come from,
Backspin
and I know
kicks
where
up
I'm
he,
fucking-
going.
he like
So I
made
keep
a
pushing
fake
forward.
motorcycle.
Every day I wake up ready to push
like
myself
one of those fake
further.
little horsies that
challenge
you
my
ride around
limits.
with a stick.
Striving to be the best
And now he
version
does
of
like
myself.
I don't know if these are
I won't
tricks.
let
Someone
someone
said
else's
vegan
success make me
motocross.
feel
Yeah,
small.
that was pretty
Their
hilarious.
journey is theirs, and mine is mine.
But he's
I
like
know
talking
where I've
about
come
it.
from,
It's my hobby,
and
bro.
I know where
I'm
I'm
challenging
going.
my limits.
So I keep pushing
Like, what are the
forward.
limits?
Every
It's
day I
actually a
wake
pretty
up
cool
ready to
decal,
push
though.
myself further.
I have to admit, that's
I
pretty
challenge
fucking
my
cool.
limits.
What, the decal?
Yeah, that looks pro.
Was that?
What?
Oh, on his bike.
Look at, no,
No, that
jumping
decal
like he's
image
not-
that pops up.
Oh, at the very end. I'll have to see that again.
it's like he's riding a horsey.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
I don't either.
Especially when he's out riding with like a lot of friends.
That
Yeah,
looks
that's actually.
that looks fucking dope.
It looks like he's almost riding a mechanical dolphin.
so say that looks pretty fucking.
But
It does.
what I don't get about this is like I think he has a ton of motors. It's a motorcycle track.
Yeah, you can see the motorcycle back.
And I'm like,
there,
why wouldn't you
guy.
just do that? Or maybe what he's doing is he's just trolling everybody with this. But apparently his name, if you look it up, he's like the world champion of this, and there's only one person involved. So my guess is he just made his own website,
Good
made
for
himself
him.
a fucking world
Why
champion.
the fuck not?
made
man?
his own sport? His own
It's
stupid
just
sport.
it's just weird. I don't understand it. When I
Someday he's sitting there and he's thinking to himself, "You know, it'd be fucking cool." Hobby
I-
horsing,
just so
but with a fucking
stupid.
motorcycle.
Yeah, that's what it is.
it's like he's
hobby
got
horse.
like a quarter of a tire on the back of it.
Yeah, it's.
We need some sort of grip when he does his
His
tricks.
His
But the
fucking
thing is, I don't
judo
know-
kick.
I don't know what any of these. None of them look like
Look at the-
tricks. That's the
It's so-
thing.
It's just him like hopping
That's
around.
a trick right there. Come on.
Like I get it.
It's like
what-
parkour, but with a.
Well, I
weird
get it. I get it.
Bike
With a-
thing.
If they would have had podcasts in the 50s when they made the first skateboard, I'm sure that there'd be a group of three of people just like us going, "Oh, what are these fucking idiots surfing on the street for? This
Yeah.
is so stupid."
You think this is the net?
No,
the
no, I
future
don't.
of
And look at that.
motorcycle
He
and
did like
motocross?
he made like a
But I-
logo and everything.
But I
Like,
guarantee though that there would have been those people saying that like this, you know.
Yeah.
I bet when he did this, he was when he made that logo, he's like, "Man, someday people are going to put this on shirts and hats."
I want
Yeah, it's
that,
gonna
dude.
be him.
Helmets.
I'm
He's
gonna
gonna
want
do
that
it.
on my shirt and my shoes.
Well, I've got
And
it
my-
saved in here. We
That's
can
pretty
send it to
fucking
you.
Cool.
You can get yourself a
I
shirt.
like that at all. No limits or something like that. Give
I don't
it a
know
really
why
cool
he's got the
name.
Dunlop name on there though.
I don't know either.
'Cause that's a
It's so
tire
weird.
company. He's got a quarter of a tire. Like they could send him one tire a year.
Hobby
and he'd be
Duro.
fine.
It's fucking Hobby Duro, bro. That's what they're calling
It's
it.
fucking weird.
Hobby Duro. What? the
It's like
fuck?
pretending to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
It's fucking odd.
It's like that sport where girls sit on a broom and pretend it's a horse, then jump over fences.
No, it's
just stupid, man. Come
it's
on now.
Quidditch for
How
people
can
that
people
think
take
that
this
they're
serious?
cooler than fucking Harry Potter nerds.
I'm sorry, but the guy put his mind to something and did it. So I mean,
I feel like your bike is missing a few parts there.
Yeah, it's yeah. I just don't. I don't understand it. Yeah, like I mean, what's the point of having the fucking fucking oh god damn it, the stupid nose piece on the goddamn bike? That's for
It's-
mud on
yeah, you
a
don't want to
wheel.
flip it up in his face.
Well, in a wheel, like put mud
Yeah.
guards on your goddamn shoes or something.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is Hobby Duro, bro. It's definitely Hobby Duro, bro. Like,
I'm into
It's
it, dude.
fucking
I'm gonna
odd.
fucking do that shit. We're
You're
gonna
gonna
get a
start doing that?
hobbyduro bike. I want one of those.
I think you have to make one yourself because nobody cares about
What
the
if he
sport.
did that too? What if he started fucking?
Oh no, he
mass
probably makes
producing those
he probably
and
makes them
markets-
because it probably costs him like $300 to make one. He sells it for $600.
Well, I'm sure he sells it for more than that.
Okay, $1,000. Let's say he sells it for $1,000, makes it for $300. You gonna
I
buy
mean,
one?
Didn't Rob Deerdeck do that with a fucking sidecar bike?
But
Possibly.
well, that sounds actually like.
but
could
it
be
actually
fun.
it was functional.
It was
Yeah.
like a BMX bike with a sidebar. Or
What's
a
functional
sidecar on
about
it?
this that I can't do by just walking?
Yeah, this is yeah.
Well,
this
the-
is-
Functional.
No,
I said
it's-
functional.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a pogo stick.
No, if it was a pogo stick, this would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't. But it'd be kind. It'd be kind of less gay.
Let's look up hobbyduro and see if anything else comes
Hobby
up.
Duro, Andy, whatever the fucking name is.
Well, you need the
Yeah,
name.
there's
Just
a
hobbyduro.
hobbyduro downhole. If you like my vid, support me.
It's the same fucking
Oh,
guy.
it's the same guy. Yeah.
yeah, it's only
literally-
one guy.
It's one guy.
Is that him?
Yep.
Well, I don't know if that's him.
Oh,
No,
I'm pretty
there's
sure.
probably
Look at
several
they're all the
people.
same. Like
No, click on the one of the
titles and
face of
everything.
the dude. Is that the guy?
On his Instagram.
Hobbyduro Pioneer Live Music Norway
Underst-
Festival.
Understand, but can we get to his
Look
profile?
at him. He's got posed pictures and everything. This guy's professional. He's a fucking pro.
It
see
does. I
He's
could do.
gone
Look,
pro.
I could be pro at this in a week. A week.
Did brah.
Did bra. It's a different guy.
Yeah, this is definitely a different guy. But that I'm okay. Yeah, definitely
we
a
don't
different guy.
need to put this
Yeah.
guy up on our show.
Anyway,
Fuck this guy.
go back to the other one. Let's see.
These
Go
are
to
all-
the no. Just go
they're all
back out of the
TikToks
out of
and
the pictures.
YouTube videos and shit like that.
Get out of the pictures. Go to all. And let's see if we can find out who this guy is. Let's see if there's an actual hobby, because all of the stuff's TikTok.
TikTok.
See if he's
Hobbyduro,
got-
What is the point?
No, let's see if there's anything about it anywhere outside of his shit.
Yeah, if it's like
Because it's
kinda-
all TikTok.
maybe like a league or something like that.
yeah, because
or,
everything's either fucking TikTok, Facebook, or YouTube. So no, it's one guy. One guy.
It's one guy. Yeah.
One guy doing this sport.
I'm not seeing
And then- and
anything
from-
else but him.
And from what somebody was saying, is they looked up his name and found that he was the world champion of this, but there's nobody else mentioned anywhere on the website.
Here, Hobbyduro Insane Race.
What? There's more than one person? No, there's not.
That's not hobby. Oh, look at him. Yep.
Oh, so Hobby Duro is you walking some sort of thing.
Oh, that guy's winning it.
Yeah, but that guy
He took
kicked
the
him.
fucking lead.
Dude,
Oh,
that guy needs.
crooked.
That's assault.
You're
That's
done,
assault.
dude. That's disqualified. Get him out of the fucking sport. That's not cool.
Oh wait, and talking about that chick that we talked about last week, she's been arrested and charged.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's the one that
Is that a cat?
beamed her opponent with a fucking
fuck is that
that's a
noise?
squeaky toy.
No.
Yeah.
I was
Doggy
like, what the
squeaky toy.
fuck?
No, she hit her opponent over the head with a
Oh yeah, the girl.
baton.
Yeah,
baton in the relay
the
race.
relay race. Yeah.
So looks like legal action has been taken against her.
Yes,
That's
legal
fucking
action
good.
has been taken against her. Now the NAACP has gotten on her side.
Of course they did.
Yeah, they're on her side, saying that this is a witch hunt and all this shit. And it's like, but there's video evidence of
Yeah.
her hitting somebody.
Literally
Like on
video
Black
of
Crime,
her
too.
nailing this chick in the back of the head.
They don't care about that.
Yeah, they don't care about the black victim at all.
No, nobody seems to give
what
a
the fuck's
shit about
going on
her.
with that shit? How does that work?
Well, that's the thing that I don't get.
That's
It's like there's a
assault.
victim in this. It's
Yeah.
not like that. Like she cheated on the test and she's like, no, I didn't.
Yeah,
And you're like, well, that's kind of almost victimless,
Yeah.
except for you're kind of cheating the education system. But that, whatever.
there's
Odd-
like, didn't
what an
this,
odd
this
position
girl's
to take on that.
didn't this
though.
girl's skull like get fractured? Or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, she's fucking hospitalized from it.
Jesus.
Yeah, pretty wild.
But as I recall, she was black as well. I don't see why the NAACP isn't after this person for who was assaulted. You know
because
what I mean?
it's not a good look for them to go after somebody that assaulted somebody.
No.
I don't know why. I'm not saying
what
that
a
it's good.
bizarre position to take.
This is
on
what
that.
they've gone and done. They're protecting the person that could be
the
charged
aggressor.
versus the person that should be a sympathetic figure.
Yeah,
Because she got hit and hurt
yeah.
in what is supposed to be a competition of athletics.
A high school.
Yeah.
competition
Yeah.
of
It's not even like,
athletics.
oh, you win $1 million for second.
Yeah.
No, you don't. It's high school.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
high school.
There's-
There's no real
Yeah,
accolades
Might-
involved with
exactly.
that.
You might get your name on a fucking plaque somewhere.
Yeah.
That's
In
it.
the
Maybe
hallway
a
of the high school
trophy.
that people
Yeah.
spit on and put their gum on. And it's all about all it's
No,
gonna
no, no. They're in a case. It's
Yeah,
the
they're-
case
yeah.
they put the spit.
Yeah,
and
they'll
gum
have
on.
it in the little trophy case with all the other.
Remember where Al
photos and
Bundy's?
stuff. Yeah.
They were all inside a case.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's
He had 4 touchdowns, guys. You remember?
Oh yeah, he did.
Al
have
Bundy, 4 touchdowns, one game.
Yes,
One game. Anyway, we
Amazing
could probably
man, Al
end on
Bundy.
that. And goodbye to everybody. Thank you for listening. It is the Skids podcast. Like, subscribe, find us, comment, send us money
All
or
the
whatever.
things. Do
All the things. Do all the. Kevin's finally put up the audio. That's good.
Hug your loved
right.
ones, everybody.
Yeah. And goodbye, Dad.
Good point.
Thanks, everybody.